Woo! Yeah, baby. We decided to start a little bit early. Let everybody pile on in here. I already see we got quite a few of you waiting. We don't want to keep you waiting any longer. We get a lot to go through today. So while everybody piles in here, we got so much that we could talk about. We have a raffle today. It's going to be our last one. You need to be present. If you commented on our Facebook, you've already entered for the raffle. All you got to do is be in here. We're going to spin that wheel one last time for December, and then I'm sure we will have some more awesome giveaways next year in January. Of course, we have a few tweets that I seen. There was a gentleman out there. I'm not going to call him out or anything like that. But we're going to go over a little bit of what's going out in the Twitter space there. And then, of course, one thing we haven't looked at in a long time is that CME Fed tool. I do want you guys to understand still what we are doing with these rate cuts. It seems like nobody's really talking about it anymore, including myself, but it's very important to know where we are at, what trajectory the overall economy is on. And then, of course, we have that watch list. But just before we do, we're going to hit up those sectors and we're going to see what exactly is going on. And of course, as we always do, make sure that if you guys have a ticker that you want me to look at, you're going to throw it up in the chat and we are going to go over all of them right at the end. So if you stick to the complete endo of this video, you better believe if you said it, you didn't spray it, I'm going to take a little peeky gander and we will make sure we get everyone taken care of. All right? All right, we're going to be starting here in about 1 minute. I hope you guys are ready because I am pumped because, baby, we waited all weekend. We studied our ass off. And now we got ourselves a watch list and a bull market at that. If that doesn't make you excited, I don't know what will. Guys, I got goosebumps over that. Let's get this thing started, shall we? Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is David Worrell. This is your stock market watch list. We are coming you from Facebook Stock Market Watch List group. You need to go check us out on Facebook. Check out the link tree. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. And of course, wait until the very end. We are going to have the best damn watch list. Yes, we don't have it as the #1 swing trading watch list if we were not kidding. Here we go. We got the best of the best. We're going to start off right away with the S&P 500, and then we're going to do our raffle. I just want to go ahead and break down today 12/8 where we sit on the S&P 500 currently at 607.81. You got to see, you got to love it. The extension on the 10-day moving average, this can continue to trade sideways or head higher, but we don't want it to head too high too fast. So sideways is going to be the best action for the S&P 500. If it does go higher, we want to see not a huge leap, not huge bounds. We want to see some steady, gradual moves after that push or after the last whole week that we've had. So we can see something more sustainable like this, where we are following a 10 and 21-day moving average here, nice and easy off of these bottoms. And hopefully we can continue this beautiful, beautiful bull run. This trajectory that we are on is absolutely sustainable as long as we don't go straight up, okay? So we are going to see very, very soon if the S&P 500 will do exactly what I want it to, and that's trade sideways. If we can trade sideways, let it build, let the institutional ownership get in some of those awesome stocks that are out there, because honestly, a lot of our leaders, and we're going to talk about them, a lot of our leaders are a little extended, but that's what happens in these bull markets, and they continue to run. Don't have that fear of missing out. Wait for those leaders to start to pull back, create those bases and those trend breaks. But of course, in our watch list tonight, we have the stocks that we have been waiting for, right? They haven't taken off. They're still in the hot sectors. We have a few that are not in hot sectors. So I need to show you how to train that eye, how to learn to see those setups so that way you can be ready and waiting, but understanding why you might not want to take these in that sector, okay? So that way we can understand the full scope of it. We have quite a few in the chat. Robert Tainch, what's going on? He says, hi all. Yosef's in the building. Dan Bob Dan, the greatest moderator alive, of course, is blessing us with his AI presence. Beep, boop, bop. And he has posted our link tree right there in the comment section. B. Stewie, what up, squad? Gang, gang. And Zamora is in the building. Well, we're going to just go ahead and get right into it. We are here for this. You need to be present. There is, where now I gotta wait for it to pop up. You need to be present for this, so I hope the few that are in here are present for this. I don't know what's going on with my wheel of names. Let me try and refresh it, or did I just completely lose internet? I don't know. There's, you guys have to understand, anytime I do a live show, there is always bugs. There is always bugs in this, but we are going to see soon if this is going to work itself out or if I'm SREW'd. We'll see very, very soon. I don't even know if I'm connected right now. Everything just stopped. It says I have excellent connection, but I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Everything is down for me, baby. It's down, 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 but we're going to keep on keeping on as if it is not. We're going to see if it works out on its own. So we'll see very, very soon. I guess I could check my phone, and then we'll run through that sector list. We'll see very, very soon what is going on. Here we go. Let me take a little peeky gander. Am I still online or not? Hello, hello. Hello, hello. What is going on? I think I'm down. That's our internet. No, am I still up? I'm not on. Yeah, you see me? I'm here? Okay, there we go. My computer's finally kicking in. What is going on? Wow. Wow, the hamster started turning in the wheel very, very quickly there. All right, we're all caught up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Welcome back. Let's just do this raffle, baby. Let's do it. Actually, I think it disappeared on me now. Oh my goodness. Here we go, baby. All right, enough messing around. Here we go. You guys know, you already know this live stream, if you don't already, it at least has one bug. One bug every single show, and that's fine with me because we learn how to adapt and overcome here. The same thing with different markets. Some markets are better than others, some aren't, and you need to adapt and overcome. If you don't adapt and overcome, well, then you're going to lose. You're going to lose a lot of money, and then you're not going to be able to handle it right. And now I got screens going out. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Today is going to be a rough one for me, folks, but thank you for being here with me today. We're going to go ahead and spin it to win it. We're going to see who we got on the clock. Here we go, and we hit the spin. We got Nalani, Sarandra McDonald's, Robert, Brian, Jimmy Jolene, and Adam Wood all on the wheel. So we're going to be spinning this, and it looks like Nalani has won. Congratulations, Nalani. I hope you're here with us today, and he is. I see it. That is awesome. What's going on, Nalani? Congratulations. I'm glad you're here with us today. In our Discord, Bob Dan will reach out to you, and you can go ahead and give your information if you're comfortable with doing it, and we will get all of these shipped out. I have everybody's mugs right here as well as your shirts. They will all be getting sent out very, very soon. This is the last and final raffle for these, so congratulations to all of you. Those will be getting sent out, I would say, next week at some point in time. I'll let everybody know in the Discord. So congratulations! B. Stewie, I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry, brother. I wish you could have won. It's A-okay, though. All right, so I appreciate you. That's it. We did it, baby. That's the 3 giveaway raffle for our Poet mugs, because Bob Dan, the greatest moderator alive, has called out, and he did this raffle. He got everything going. He's calling these places that we watch their tickers, and it was absolutely awesome that they sent us some stuff. What's going on, Erica K? It's good to see you in the building. Jimmy Bright, that's right, baby. I'm glad you guys could hear me. I don't know what happened to the computer. I didn't restart it before the show like I usually do, so that's on me. Full blame on me, but hey, we got to keep on keeping on. Oh, Muley's in here. What's going on, Muley? I'm glad you're in here, brother. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right, let's get it. What are we on to next? Well, one thing I always want to remind people of is the CME Fed tool. So if you guys go to the CME group.com right here, you'll see that we have an expected of an 83.4% for another quarter rate cut coming up here in December. That's on the 18th, people. December 18th, they're expecting another quarter of a rate cut. That's absolutely awesome. Another quarter of a rate cut. That's going to give more push to this bull market. People are spending. Why? Because they can borrow at a cheaper rate. And if this continues to keep up and we continue to contract these, we're going to see more and more spending, not just from you and I, okay? Not just from you and I, but this is for big businesses too. right? People that that are renting, people that are buying and owning these bigger buildings, they're paying an exuberant price for these because of the crazy hikes that we've been doing the past few years. Okay, so do keep that in mind. We are still coming down. That is still looking good. And as you can see, the S&P 500 definitely agrees with it. Absolute amazing bull run. This looks absolutely awesome. And one thing that I do want to keep in mind here too is we always want to be in these leaders. Of course, we always talk about the leaders. Rarely do we in our watch list point out what is and what isn't the leaders, because there's a lot of great things that look like they're setting up that can make very, very big moves that are not leaders. They're garbage stocks, they're biotechs, they're this, they're that. One thing I do want to bring up that I'm slowly making a transition to is going to be simply that you can play the best stocks that are out there, but we have a list of all the 2 and 3x bull. Meaning, if you want to play Tesla, but you don't want to spend $360 a share at that 360 base breakout that we called out in the Discord, if you don't want to spend $360 per share because you have a small 1,000 account like we're doing the challenge just for you, which is opening my eyes to how difficult it can be to trading, but we're making it easier for you. If you are also doing a 1K challenge or something similar, then what I want you to look at is in our Discord, we have a resource for you, or our Facebook, which I can take you there right now. Let's go ahead and go right to Swing Trader Strategy, because we know, or I know that he had a post that he said he posted today. Oh, maybe he didn't. He didn't post that just yet. But if you go to Swing Trader Strategies, he'll have that posted very, very soon. I will actually just show you in just a second. We have made a list of all the tickers that you can play, some of the best tickers that are out there, and we'll give you the full bull list, the full 2x and 3x bull list. For Tesla, we played TSLL, okay? This is your Direxion daily Tesla bull 2x shares. Means it moves twice as fast. And look at the price, people. I only paid $23.50. I'm sorry, $23.60, I believe, is where I got this. We can just go ahead and take a little peeky gander. TSLL, and I'll open my active trader here. 23.22 is where I took the trade. And at 23.22 was what we called out in the Discord about this breakout here, okay? This is an absolute beautiful breakout. If you believe in Tesla, or if you don't, I believe in technical analysis, and that is why we took this trade, okay? With that being said, when we're looking at these stocks, when we're looking at these leaders, and you want to play the leaders, you need to understand right now the leaders are very extended. Tesla, hard for me to get in now. That's why I took it here. Of course, if it starts to pull back, or let's say trade sideways, and lets these moving averages catch up, let's say it looks something like this, it comes back down, and then it starts getting tight here one more again. Guess what, guys? We have another trend breakout that we could play to the north side. If you like playing that way, then use TSLL. It'll be a lot cheaper for you. A lot cheaper. We are all about having PP here. Okay? You want purchasing power, people. You do. You do. You don't want to spend all your money on Tesla, good old Uncle Tesla, and he had too much to drink the night before and decides not to perform. Okay? So keep that in mind. If you are getting into a stock, let's play the 2 and the 3x. Why? Why wouldn't you? Okay? They move the exact same. Just make sure that it does have volatility. Okay? So TSLL, yes, I am holding this. Yes, to the moon. And yes, I don't really care what's going on with Tesla. I don't really believe in the EV sector so much anymore. But I see that he's on to the next thing. He's doing the robots. He's got his own circuitry when it comes to programming. There's a lot that he can do right now. And then of course with X, with all of that together, I think Elon is a smart enough man that he can make it happen. But that's not why I took this trade. I took this trade because of the technical analysis and the price action. Guys, we've been talking about Tesla from down here. We've missed a lot of the move, but once it's finally taken off and created a high tide flag, it made a very nice place for an entry. Yeah, Joseph says a Mag 7 pushed the index. You are damn right it pushed the index. It held very, very well. It was nice to see NVIDIA didn't have to be going up for the S&P 500 to go up. and you can see it continued to head higher. Let's take a look at the IWM though, because one argument I've always had with the IWM is that it has been a lagger. And I still think that the IWM is a massive lagger because it only has recently ever hit new all-time highs, and that was last week. Okay, so I think IWM has a massive, massive room to go much, much higher. Now, there's few arguments here where you're not going to see a lot of institutional ownership in the IWM, because why are we going to try and put our money in small cap stocks when the Mag 7, when all these other stocks have been leading the market for years? That is a great argument. The other argument is now we are going to have so much speculative money, a lot of people are going to already take and have their sectors, already have their stocks, and they're going to have all this extra money. They're going to say, where do we put it? We put it in the more speculative stocks. That is the Russell 2000. That is the 2,000 small cap stocks that people are speculating that will eventually become bigger. So if you are into that speculation, if you like that kind of thing, I think the overall institutional ownership has not been a part of IWM for quite some time. Now, of course, we've seen some volume pooling in here and some volume pooling in here, but this huge cup with a handle, of course, William O'Neill wouldn't consider this a cup and handle, I don't believe, because it's too long of a period of time. But just for the sake of conversation, this cup with what is forming to be a handle, I think could really explode to the north side. So we're waiting to see. And if it does, we'll play the 2 or the 3x bullish ETF for that. Guys, what I absolutely love is the chat. You guys are kicking ass. I see the chat going absolutely bonkers. Of course, we're going to be going through the watch list here very, very soon. I just want to get through the sector and a few more things on here so that way we understand the overall market and what exactly is going on. In the chat, one thing I do want to do is I want to bring the chat and I want to plaster it right here in front of you too, so you guys can see what's going on in the chat. We'll have that done very, very soon. I still have to go to the Streamlab place where I created all this, but every day, we're going to get better every single day. It's been showing in the numbers for YouTube. It's been showing in our watch time. It's been showing in our Discord, and it's been showing in our bank accounts. If you can get behind that, please hit that like, hit that subscribe button, or at least consider it, because I'm doing this all for free. I absolutely do all this homework and think about stocks and just absolutely, I'm so passionate about it. You can ask my wife. She is sick of hearing about it. So I had to create my own YouTube show to plaster it into your ears. So if you can get behind that, hit that like and subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. Let's show YouTube and the algorithm that we are ready and willing to be the #1 stock market watch list. All right. Next up, let's see. Oh, and thank you, Dan Bob. Dan Bob posted our link tree right here in the comment section. This will bring up right here. If you go to our YouTube, of course, we have a free trading school. You can learn my trend break and my base breakout strategy. And of course, before you do any of that, watch this risk management. Watch this risk management. It's very personal. And if you don't understand it, just join our Discord. We have awesome people here, including myself, that are willing to help you. And then, of course, in our Facebook group, this is the Facebook group I was telling you guys about, the Swing Trader Strategies. Definitely go here. Get that all signed up. We're already up to 329 members. We just started this a couple months ago. Absolutely awesome. There is no spam in here. You're gonna love it. Absolutely love it. And yeah, guys, we're gonna jump right into this now. So of course, Bitcoin, right? Everybody's been talking about Bitcoin, including myself. That 100,000 break I talked about. I believe this was last week when we were talking about this. And I asked you guys what you guys thought would happen. Is it just going to continue to trade sideways? What's going to happen with Bitcoin? And sure enough, there was quite a few people that said, I think it's going to trade sideways after it hits 100,000. And sure enough, that's exactly what it's doing. I have 2 anchored volume, anchored VWAPs pulled, and that is from the all-time highs and the all-time lows. And you can see we are just diddling right here in the middle. You can see, like, just look right here, guys. Here's the anchored VWAP from the top and the bottom, and you can see it's starting to respect those lines, starting to get a little tighter here now. We're going to see this, what it wants to do. We're starting to see a little volume pickup as well. So I really think Bitcoin's going to make a decision very soon here. Of course, I am holding IBIT. I hold IBIT at 58.79, so I actually bought up here after it broke out. But of course, I have my stop loss down here at these lows. I'm giving it plenty of room to work. but I'm just going to hold IBIT until that at least breaks this 10-day moving average. Yes, I could have got a better price. No, I didn't. And yes, I'm more than willing to put myself on blast here for that. But I took the breakout. I like the breakout. I like the setup. There was a fake breakout right here. And just in case it was a fake breakout, I only took half share size. So that way I can add if it shapes up. Guess what? It's starting to shape up now. I do like the look of this. If I pull something like this, you know, maybe a few more days, hell, even a few, if we could trade sideways like this for a week, that would be even better. The longer it trades sideways, the longer the base, the better the breakout. Predators in the building. What's going on? The bit of the coin of the bits. Yes, sir. That is the Bitcoin, baby. That's the $100,000 area everybody's been talking about. We broke above it. We broke below it. I call this the breakout shakeout. To me, this can be one of the biggest bullish signs. If Bitcoin wants to continue, it's probably going to do it after all of that. You got everybody in, you suckered them all out. The people that were shorting, the people that were long are out. The people that were shorting are out, and now it's trading sideways. If it starts to ramp up and take off, you're going to see all of that fear of missing out, all the people that end up getting out, okay? Just to run through a few of these because all the sectors are really looking good. Technology looks like it's basing a nice trend break right at this peak right here. It looks absolutely amazing, like it's going to explode. We have XLY, which is the consumer discretionary. It can't stop, won't stop, folks. This thing is absolutely exploding. And we could go through many, many of these. There's not a lot of ETFs that you really need to watch out for. I noticed that financials is below its 50-day moving average. We can stay away from financials now. And then, of course, XBI, which is your biotech, it's really just all condensed right here. The moving averages aren't lined up and it's not trending to the north side, so I am staying away from biotech stocks. And XLE, which is your real estate. It was doing so well for so long, but obviously breaking below that 50-day moving average. And now that it's declining lower, I'm not messing with real estate stocks, okay? So just a few that you need to watch out for. Other than that, we are in a very serious bull run here, and everything is looking absolutely scrumptious. A few things that I want to talk about because we talk about it all the time. You want to be in the leaders, okay? And I've brought this up 3 times now, but I think it's very, very important. You want to be in the leaders. I'm going to give you the absolute best leaders right now. The absolute best leaders. We're going to go over the best of the best leaders, and we'll go over the ETFs that are in them in order to play those ETFs. So let me just go ahead and bring that up. Let me go ahead. Dan Bob has sent that to me. I'm going to bring this up really quick so that way we all can see it, okay? So here is our 2X and our tickers with 2X leverage, okay? We have Baba, Google, Amazon, AMD, Apple, Broadcom, Coinbase, CrowdStrike, Meta, Microsoft, Micron, MSTR, Netflix, NVIDIA, Palantir, Tesla, TSM, and Uber. These are all the ticker symbols right here, and you can get those obviously for free. You can go to our Discord, you can join for free, or you can go to our Facebook, obviously joining for free. We're going to have those posted in each spot, or you can just take a screenshot of this right now. I'll just give you a few extra seconds to take this screenshot for yourself. Make sure you get my pretty face in there. And then that way, this is very, very important, okay? I asked Dan Bob to make this for us because we are wanting to play the leaders. The leaders are leading, right? So when I make a watch list, we're making a watch list for potential future leaders, but we're not in the leaders, folks. So if you want to be in the leaders, the real leaders, I'm going to show you the real leaders right now. You're going to want to play the 2 and the 3X bull, the 2 and 3X leveraged stocks, but they're extended. So you're going to want to wait for that pullback. And of course, we're going to be here when you need that pullback. We will be here for you, and we will identify them like we did with Tesla, like we've done with NVIDIA, like I called out Netflix. There are so many stinking stocks, folks, and we are a part of quite a few of them. So, David, show them the super chat. All right, guys. Well, look, I started, we finally got to the point. I think it's absolutely incredible. We have super chats now. You're more than welcome. I'm not going to condone to it. I'm not going to ask you to do any super chats or anything like that, but we did finally make it to that next level in our YouTube. We have super chats now, so you're more than welcome. You can do a super chat or a super like. I think they're super stickers. I don't even know exactly how they work, but if you're willing to buy me a cup of coffee, or if that's something that you're willing to do, we have that option now. We finally made it to that point in YouTube, and about another 800 more watch time hours left, folks. We're going to be creating money off of our ad revenue. That means we're hands-free. We just continue to do the show, and YouTube's going to pay me for my time for doing all of this beautiful work. So yeah, thank you so much, Dan Bob, for bringing that up. And Mugli, I see your IREN. We'll definitely go over that right here in just a little bit. Oh, Joseph brought up RSP. The RSP is red. Yeah, wow, that's very interesting. So, wow, thank you very much for bringing that up. I haven't looked at the RSP in a little while. So if you guys aren't aware of what the RSP is the equal weight S&P 500. So if we look at the S&P 500, you can see it's clearly in a huge bull run here, right? It's headed straight up. We're much higher than the 10-day moving average than we really kind of want to be for trending. But in a bull market, you're going to see that and pullbacks to the 10 and 21-day moving average like you see here. But when we look at the RSP, it's equally weighted. It's meaning this stock heat map doesn't have these big blurps with Apple up here, with Nvidia over here, Amazon, Meta being the biggest parts of the S&P 500. No, the RSP is equally weighted, meaning all parts are equal. You can see here it is starting to come down, but Joseph, we want to keep in mind it's still above a 21-day moving average. I really like it. I really do like it a lot. Yeah, I did. I noticed that you seen that too. No, I just switched it, Joseph. I switched it to the daily, and yeah, I seen it in the chat. You can't delete it that fast, brother. I'm on it. But yes, the RSP is still trying to hold above that 10-day moving average, still above a 21-day moving average. I still like the trajectory that it's on, but I do appreciate you pointing that out. We do want to make sure we keep an eye on the RSP. All right. Okay, so these are the top stocks. You're not gonna argue with me on these. I'm telling you guys, these are the top stocks. These are the leaders in the market, and we're gonna go over all of them right now. We have VST, okay? VST, that is Vistra Corporation, okay? This is a leader in the market, and believe it or not, it looks like it's setting up to me right now. Now, at this price at $159.98, yes, some of us can afford this in our big boy accounts. Biggest issue, though, is not a lot of people can. And also, because I did a little side challenge with the 1K account challenge in our free Discord, you can follow that whole sector right there. What you're gonna want to do is find that 2 and 3x bull lever ETF for VST and then wait for this trend breakout. This is going to give us, folks, the best risk to reward. Meaning, what are we going to risk? Well, it looks like it's holding this 10-day moving average. If we buy in somewhere in this area and find that it is plausible to use this 560.80 as our risk, or even better yet, we could use this 154. This 154 looks like a very solid base to hold. If you can find good risk management there, you might find yourself on the right side of VST as continues, okay? Earnings is already over, and it looks like we have nothing but blue skies ahead of us for Vistra Group. So that is a leader in the market, and it's doing a hell of a job. So Dan, Bob, or anybody that has a quick second, do me a favor. Let's find VST's 2 or 3x bold leverage ETF, and we are going to add that to our list. We also have PLTR. If you're not aware of PLTR, this has been a fan favorite in our Discord. PLTR is absolutely rip, tater chip. This looks absolutely amazing. If you're not a part of PLTR as of right now, last week, last year, whatever, this is not the time to buy, okay? And I hope it proves me wrong. I hope that it just continues to go straight up, but I'm lying. I hope it doesn't, because we don't want to see the blow off tops, guys. We do not want to see blow off tops. This is getting too extended. It makes me nervous. When you see leaders like Vistra, Palantir, Nvidia, and the rest that I'm going to show you, you don't want to see them going straight up too fast. It's showing that there is like the blow off top is here. Everybody's too excited and too crazy, too much fun. Buy. And then you're going to see it just slam back down. Okay. And if it doesn't recover, then that was it. There goes the last hurrah. and let's see a bigger pullback, right? So with that being said, Palantir is extended. This is not where I'm getting in. This is definitely not where I would want to, I wouldn't want to get in here and then it pull back to its 10-day moving average, right? Muley says when to take profits for PLTR. You know, that would be a great question, but the better question is where have you entered, right? So if you entered something like this and you're risking 1R, or let's say your 1R multiple is $10, if you're risking 10 and you're up 50, well, guess what? You're up 5x. Why not cut a little piece, right? Cutting a little piece reduces stress, locks in profit, and reduces risk. So with those three things, I would say at 5R, you're doing amazing. So take a little profit, right? So it all depends on who you are, how you trade, and what the plan was before going into the trade. When I get into a trade like this, whether it is a trend, base, or an episodic pivot, I am usually waiting for at least 5 to 10R before taking half of the trade off, and then I'm using this 10-day moving average as my stop loss. I'm waiting on the daily time frame for it to close below that 10-day moving average, and if it does that, that is when I'm going to exit. Muley says he got in around $28. That is absolutely awesome. If you have not taken profit yet, you might want to consider taking a piece, because at 28, we're looking at a beautiful 180%, right? 20 is good for me. At 180%, yes, sir, I would personally be locking in some of those profits up there for sure. And then, of course, if you didn't already know, because you're like Patrick in the SpongeBob movie, sleeping under a rock, NVIDIA. NVIDIA is your leader. It still is your leader. It is still prevalent, and it is huge. Yes, I do have a piece of NVIDIA. We took it around that 141. Of course, we used NVDL, I believe. Let me take a look at my account. No, I actually bought NVIDIA straight up. We're only up about $138 on this. We have about 50 shares at $139.22. So we are still in the green on this. I'm still expecting this to continue to trend higher. What I would love to do for NVIDIA is to use this 50-day moving average, okay? The reason why I say that is because it held it so well this last time, and because I don't have a crazy position. I have a position that I'm willing to hold and add into if it has continuation. Using this 50-day moving average is going to be my best bet, personally. I think it's giving it plenty of time. And if I did catch a nice run, like say here, it's going to be giving me the most of its run. It'll give me plenty of time. I can sit back, relax, and let that money pile up, baby. Then, of course, we have ANET. Now, this is not something that I've really cared to look up. It is a cloud infrastructure. Cloud's very, very important right now, and it's clearly trending up. This is that predator stair-step pattern. It's looking pretty nice. I really like ANET. Of course, this is another one. It's about $108, so not as expensive as some of your other big boy stocks, but still, if this is something that we can find a 2 or 3x leverage on, that would be even better. Then, of course, we have Netflix, which is my biggest oopsie poopsie. Yes, I made some money on this bad baby right here, and I can show you right now this beautiful trend break. And I give all of my love to Dan, Bob, Dan, because at the time, we were not risk on with this, but he showed me this. Excuse me, guys. Wow. Sorry, just dying over here. He showed me this Netflix trade. And I said, I know that I'm risk off here, but looks like we are bouncing off the 50-day moving average. Or I'm sorry, it looks like, yeah, it was the 50-day moving average, I do believe, on the S&P 500 that we are bouncing off this day. It may have been the 21. I kind of want to look now. So let me just take a look. So this was November 5th. Let's take a look at the S&P 500. Let's see, October, November 5th. Yes. Hey, see that? I remember right. Look at me, everybody. I can't remember my wife's birthday, but I can remember where it bounced off the 50-day moving average. So we were bouncing off the 50-day moving average, and I know a lot of institutional ownership like to get in at that time. And when he pointed out Netflix to me, this was too juicy for me not to take. I took a nice share size too on it, and we played this. But I have to say, even for as many years now as I've been trading, this one-day pullback, I exited out of the trade. What was my plan? Close below the 10-day moving average. And look at that. It's went up twice the amount since I have sold. Yes, I made money. Yeah, I'm happy about it. No, I'm not happy about it. It's not about the money. It's about the freaking trade. And this is why. This is why we stick to our rules, people. And it's A-okay. I'm going to be fine. Calm down. Everything will be all right. But look at this. I mean, every time I come back to Netflix now, I'm going to be looking at this little line that I did not work with. And I'm going to say you're a loser unless you're learning. So hopefully from now on, I learn from this mistake. I keep on keeping on, and we can make some money real soon, okay? So that's Netflix looking absolutely awesome as a leader in this market. Now, if you don't know already, but Apple made new, fresh, all-time highs, and it was a beautiful base breakout. I did call this out in the chat as well, 237.11. This was absolutely beautiful. Now, I did not expect this to break through. I really did not. I expected to see a wall at 237, 238 area and for it to pull back. It did not. It actually broke through and had continuation and is now extended like the rest of the Mag 7 stocks, well above the 10-day moving average. What am I expecting? I am expecting Apple to pull back and retest this area of 237. Of course, in a bull market, they do not have to do that, but that is what I'm expecting to happen. We will see very, very soon whether or not that will happen for us. So keep an eye on Apple. And of course, if you look at that levered ETF, you can see Apple is on here. Apple is AAPL. The ticker symbol is AAPU. And if we go to AAPU, you will see right here, AAPU, you will see it looks the exact same. And that's because it is. But guess what? It's a hell of a lot cheaper here, right? That doesn't look exactly the same because it didn't break out of this top here. So that does look a little different. What I will say is when I play these levered ETFs, I watch the main stock, but I'm playing on my broker the other stock. So AAPU is one that you can go ahead and use if you are wanting to get a hold of a 2x bull Apple for a much, much lower price. So you have to spend so much money in Apple, okay? Okay, so we obviously know Apple's a leader, and then Meta. I identified Meta as a leader a long time ago, folks. A long, long time ago, I said Meta is your leader. Long before this, we were talking about it somewhere in this area, how Meta was an absolute leader, and this thing just dogged on all the other companies. I remember where some of them traded sideways, this thing was continuing to go higher. This thing formed a beautiful base at 539 base, and trend breakouts are working. We are in the market. This is what we've been teaching. This is what we have been teaching at Swing Trader Strategies and here at Dave Worrell on YouTube. That's what we've been teaching, folks, and this is our time to shine. If you're not making money, then you need to start learning. Rewatch those videos. Look at what I am showing you on the screen. Meta. Mark your charts too, so that way you know what the base breakouts look like. Look at this beautiful trend. Okay, this ascending trend line gets tighter and tighter. This is what we call new higher lows. This was a low. This is a higher low. This is a higher low. That's 3 new higher lows. And look at this basing top. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Get your booty on the floor. All right. That is my top 7 leaders. Yes, those are the leaders. If you want to be in them, you need to wait for those pullbacks. And the only real pullback I think I've seen was in Vista Group, VST. And if you guys want to be a part of that, we're going to get that 2 and 3x bull leverage to you very soon. I really like that tightness. I'm going to set an alert right there on VST in my broker here. We don't want to miss this one. Nope. So I'm just going to set an alert because they're absolutely free. You got to love free alerts. And then we are keep on keeping on. Now, I'm going to give you my watch list. This is my watch list, not yours. And if you want me to talk about any other stocks that I have not yet called out or that I have not called out in my watch list, then you're more than welcome. Please go ahead. Just throw them in the chat. I don't miss a thing. If I do, I just apologize. But 90% of the time, I do not miss a chat because I love you guys. But first, before we start this watch list, do me a favor. Take a peeky gander at the screen up here. Yes, sir, Bob. It's water today. I just filled it up with water. I see you guys hitting that love. I'm going to send a little bit right on back, baby. All right, while you guys are looking at my screen, hit this like button. I'm going to hit the refresh. Let's see what we're up to here. Let's see what we're up to. We got 10 likes and we got 19 watching. Let's get those numbers up, guys. I'm all about those numbers, and I want to see them up, up, and away, baby. And if I have brought you any form of entertainment, knowledge, or a little maybe giggle, or if I made you cringe even, hit that subscribe button or at least consider it. I do appreciate you guys. You guys are absolutely awesome. Thank you very much. Yosef's already throwing them up. GEV and SE and Root. We'll go over those very, very soon. But you have to be careful out there. You got to be careful out there. You never know who's on the other side listening to this watch list. FBI, open up! All right. Well, the FBI's here. They need it too. Let's do this, guys. We already went over VST. Absolutely banger. I think if anything is going to take off and you want to be a part of, I think it's going to be VST. This already moves 5.5%. If it moves any faster, it's going to be considered a rip your face off stock. So if you find the 2x leverage and you get that 10x, make sure you're using proper risk management. Of course, we have STRL. Thank you, B. Stewie, for bringing this to my attention. Sterling Construction Company. This here looks like it's getting really tight on that 10-day moving average. It's something I definitely want to keep an eye on because of how tight it's getting. After a big push up on volume, as it pulls back and pushes up again, we're starting to see some volume trail off. Not the best VPC, but I do like STRL, so keep it on your watch list. We also have NTRA. I can go ahead and do it like this, guys, because I know you like the watermark in the background. So let me go ahead and do this for you, just so everybody can see it. All right, we have NTRA. There you go. Watermarks in the background so you can see it, guys. You know exactly which ticker we're looking at. And look at this beautiful push up on volume due to earnings. We had a double beat here, 54% and a 21%. So NTRA might be one you want to look into. It's health technology and medical supplies. Of course, the health technology is doing okay. It's the biotech stocks that are not doing so well right now. So put NTRA on your watch list. We have CRNT. So I have CRNT here, and I'm seeing a nice flagging pattern up here at the top. Another B. Stewie stock. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. I'm just seeing a nice high tight flag here, guys. Nothing unusual about it at all, except for one thing. We're going to want to see volume on this breakout. We got volume on the way up. We got contraction on the way back down. And then we want to see expansion again with volume as it heads higher. So keep an eye on CRNT. Again, these are not leaders. These are technical analysis charts that are setting up. Yeah, I see that GEV, Yosef. We're going to be going over that. I think I have that on my watch list as well. CORZ, this is finally starting to set up. I know we had CORZ. We had this going around in our Discord for a while. We have a gentleman who loves these data processors. And I just couldn't understand it, why exactly he was in it. Of course, he plays a little different than we do. But all I seen was choppiness. You know, I'm not seeing anything really setting up here. Now I am finally starting to see something set up. Of course, this isn't my favorite, but it is setting up. It is looking nice. A few of the other stocks that are in this data processors are like IREN, which I know was brought up by Mugli, I do believe. And this is looking really nice as well. As you can see, it's making this beautiful cup. I would imagine this thing might form a nice handle, something like this, before getting tight and then breaking out to the north side if it's showing strength. Currently right now, as it pushes up on volume, it's reaching this all-time high. I'm expecting to see a little resistance, but if it can hold before pulling back, letting moving averages catch up, it might have some nice movement to the north side. So Muley, I like that one definitely. CMPO. So I didn't really care for CMPO, but I did want to bring up CMPO because it's one of those where it's just on this beautiful uptrend. I don't like these choppy drops, but this is also nice too because it got everyone out. It's got this beautiful basing at 1640. It's definitely one to keep an eye on, but obviously you want to always make sure you have great risk management and you want to understand the stock that you're in. I don't know anything about this commercial service or the commercial printing area, but I would definitely look into this stock a little bit more before taking some YouTubers' advice. Now, I will say this though, ACRS, this is what I mean about the therapeutics. Therapeutics, biotech stocks, I told you, biotechs right now are not hot. The sector is not hot. Biotechs have been running rampant for the past 2 years in the small cap sector. Really, if you were in the small cap sector, the only thing you really could play was biotech stocks for quite some time now. I'm glad that's over. I'm glad if I choose to be a gambler and play a small cap stock, I'm not playing a biotech stock, right? Because if I choose to hold it overnight, they're not just going to completely shit on my position. But this ACRS, I have to say, this I would call a 5-star technical setup. Again, this is another B. Stewie stock. He brought this to my attention. I was extremely busy today. I went over quite a few of our watch lists and put together a watch list. He came through with some of these beautiful names that are setting up really, really well. So I had to bring these up. I could not let these go. I want you guys to put this on your watch list because I want you to see what can happen here. Okay? There's only 2 things that's going to happen with ACRS, right? One of them is not trade sideways. This thing is either going to break out on volume and head much higher, much faster, or it's not going to break out and it's going to head down. If this does break out and we do see volume, if I were to take a trade in this, it would have to be a quarter of my share size because this is a shit sector. So even saying that out loud, it makes me want to say, I'm not playing this at all. I'm not wasting my mental capacity or my money on this shit ticker, okay? So I do want you guys to keep this on your watch list though, because this is a beautiful sight to see for sore eyes. ACRS, if trend and base breakouts are working, I would take this in a heartbeat, but knowing it's a therapeutic, I got to be hands off. Oh yeah, don't want to forget this one. This is XMTR. So I look at this and I just think, wow, this is exactly what we've been playing. Meta, NVIDIA, let's see, Tesla. Tesla just had this same breakout. So XMTR, this has a beautiful base right here. At 32.75, this is the base breakout area for XMTR. Put that on your watch list. Do your homework. This is metal fabrication, producer manufacturing. They are showing proof of concept here in their financials. They're actually showing growth. I wouldn't consider this necessarily a leader in its sector, but it does look like it has potential. I need to set an alert on this. Oh, I do have one set actually. So my alert is set on this at 32.69. I would highly suggest that you guys do the same. It's getting very tight here on the 10-day moving average. If this thing starts to take off, this might be great for the 1K account because it's only 32 bucks a share. I still have about $550 of buying power in there. Let me just take a peek. Bring up our Discord here. I'll just show you guys where we're at in this Discord. If you go to our Worrell Trading and you scroll down here, you'll see the 1K account challenge. I have it all broke down for you. Okay, so SQ, when I took SQ, where I got out, where I stopped out, what I am going to do to change that, when I got an MDGX, when I added to MDGX, it's all there. And there's a big reason why I do that because I never really started with a small account. I started with a bigger account and then it gave myself a bigger account and then I started losing more money. And then anytime I would lose money, I would add that money back to help maintain that large account and be above the PDT. So it's nice to go back to the roots. It's nice to help understand like what some of the bigger struggles are when we go through it with a 1K account challenge. What we have to do in order to get our account to a sustainable area. Gambling is for Bitcoin now, he says. Oh, you can gamble with Bitcoin? Can you? I mean, it's just like currency, you know? Let's go ahead and look over some of these stocks. So guys, oh, and also I'm going to give you one more. I'm just going to give you one more. This will be your last one, okay? So SQ. So I love to identify the stage 2 uptrends, right? And to me, right here, right now, this is a stage 2 uptrend. I called this out in our Discord and myself and Sweet Jolene got into this trade. We were both in this. She had a better stop loss than I did. You're a loser unless you're learning. I played it right here and stopped out at the low of the day, but really I should have used the breakout area, which would have been 88. I'd still be in this. Of course, it's setting up another small base here. So if it breaks out of this base, I'm going to get back in it in the 1K account. I'm not afraid to be shaken out and get back in Not at all, especially when you talking about a stage 2 uptrend. This is block or square. And if you guys notice here, we had a huge stage 4 decline, stage 1. It looks like it's finally over now as we break above the stage 1's low. And now we're going to start heading into a stage 2. I'm very confident in that, of course, but I want you guys to do your homework. These have 3 new higher lows on it, and it's holding a 10-day moving average. So definitely keep in mind, not to mention down here, the volume is starting to come in. So yeah, you definitely going to want to keep that on your watch list. We're running in, we got about 15 more minutes, guys, 15 more minutes. So we're going to go through your stocks right now. So if you haven't already posted a ticker in the chat, I got 3 to go through for Yosef because we already did IREN. And if you guys have anything that you want me to take a peeky gander at, just let me know. Here we go. GEV. Let me get a sip. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Base breakouts have been working, baby. GEV has been pushing up, ramping up, rip your tater chip, and looks like it's creating this base at the top. Once again, Yosef, another beautiful call out on a ticker. I'm going to have to put that right now. We're going to put, I got to set my alert for that too. And guys, if you want this beautiful, beautiful charting, you can get it for absolutely free. Just use my link in the description down below. This is TradingView. It's very powerful. It's absolutely free. If you buy the Essentials program, I end up getting a little kickback, and it's very, very powerful. I absolutely love it. And you can set up all of this just like I have it with the RS rating, with the 10, 21, and 50-day moving average, with the MarketSmith volume bars down here. You can get it all set up. I have a YouTube. It shows you exactly how to set it up, how we trade. So that way you have no confusion whatsoever there. GG says Disney. We'll go over Disney here in just a second. I love GEV. Thanks for bringing that up. Let's go over SE. SE looks really good here. Nice high and tight. Once again, listen, if the base and breakouts are working, if this is our strategy and we are in the market for it, then we need to identify these. And right now, SE is showing another one of those basing breakouts. Absolutely love it. Thank you once again for bringing that up for me. It looks really, really good. So I just go ahead and set my alert right here for that. There we go. Created and good to go. Next up, we're going to take a peeky gander at Root. I have not looked at Root in quite some time. What's spectacular about Root, excuse me, is that it has an amazing, and I mean absolutely amazing trajectory for its earnings. It is constantly kicking ass and taking names in its earnings, and Root has absolutely screamed to the north side before breaking much, much higher. This thing is trending up, and it looks like it's got a beautiful trend holding a 21-day moving average. Could this be another break and a head higher? I'm going to go ahead and draw out this trend line. You guys let me know what you think. I'm just going to go ahead and set my alert right here, and we will see very soon if this thing wants to get to ripping. All right? Thank you very much for bringing up Root. Yeah, we definitely need to keep an eye on Root. All right, Disney. So I haven't taken a look at Disney in a while. I tell you what, Disney, is this a stock where you think like they're too big to fail? You know, are they too big to fail? Or have they dug themselves too big of a hole? Is the giant starting to slow? What I know is if we just take a really quick glance at their financials down here at the bottom right of your screen, you can see their profit margin keeps on keeping on. I mean, nothing's really holding them back. They keep making money quarter over quarter, year over year. You can't really complain. So when you see something like this and they get a big burst on earnings where they have a double beat, one by 3.10% and the other by 30.36%, it's a really good sign. It looks like it's trying to hold this 10-day moving average. For me, this is getting to be the start of a possible stage 1, but right now, I'm sorry, stage 2, but we are clearly still stuck in stage 1. We need to get above all of this area right here. 124 is where we're stuck. So right now, if we're just looking at this area on the daily time frame, this looks nice. I like it. If this is all we're looking at, yes, we have volume. We have volume price volume contraction pattern here, where as we start to trade sideways or head lower, we're doing it on less volume. So if this wants to break out in this area, I definitely could see continuation, but I am still seeing this thing is stuck in a stage one, sideways stage one action after this huge stage 4. So if this wants to shape up, maybe at least punch in a new higher low somewhere above this area, that might be a better time to try and take. So I'll just kind of give you a better visual of what I'm looking at here. So let's say it comes up here, maybe it hits, comes back down, makes a new higher low here, breaks above this area, but then comes back down, retests, and then starts to take off. Okay, for me, that would be the best look for Disney. I don't trust Disney. I don't like where they're at. I don't like the stage that they are in. And if you guys don't understand stages, Stage Analysis by Stan Weinstein. Great book. You also can read the page, watch his stuff, Richard Moglen. Absolutely awesome. Is David blurry or is it me? It's you. I'm clean, dude. I turned off the blur, dude. All right, cool. I think we're good to go. So that's all I got for you guys. If you guys don't have anything for me, then I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to get some shut-eye because tomorrow is going to be a big day. I will be in the Discord first thing in the morning with a cup of coffee and a smile on. I hope you guys are there with me. I know B. Stewie will be there. Dan, Bob, Jolene will definitely be there. We'll see Predator probably not get up until noon and come say hi. But I hope to see everybody in there. And I hope everybody has a green day tomorrow. If you haven't already, hit that like and hit that subscribe button. And we had a poll. We had over 20 votes. We had 20 votes on the poll. The question was, and I had B. Stewie reach out and he goes, dude, why do we have to hold on to any of them? Because it's fun, damn it. All right, so if you had to hold on to one stock until you were dead, what stock would it be? 40% of you said Tesla and 40% of you said Amazon. We're going to end the poll here. 15% said NVIDIA and let's see, and 5% said Meta. So it looks like everybody is a huge believer in Tesla and Amazon. When I was making this poll, I thought the same thing. I thought Tesla or Amazon, I would have to hold either one of them. NVIDIA is right up there, but you never know what's going to happen with Meta. Like, is he going to keep up with the times? Is he really going to go down this route of, virtual reality? I really think Meta has a bright future, especially with all their cash reserves and all the companies that they've bought up. They have a lot of technology, a lot of data. They'll be able to do a lot with that. Dan Bob says, thank you for joining us tonight. Please follow us on the many platforms. Thank you so much right there. He just posted our link tree right there for you. And join us Wednesday night in the Discord. That's right. Wednesday night, guys, at 9 p.m. We always get together. We have a nice, easy-going Discord meeting. It's nothing like this. I'm loud, I'm boisterous. We try to calm it down. We try to tone it down. We try to give everybody a voice. We try to get you to talk in there. We want to hear. We want to make sure that you're learning. So we hope that everybody's going to have a great time, and we hope to see you there. Other than that, guys, I think that is it. That's a wrap. And if you don't know already, when I leave here, I love to usher you out. So make sure you stay until the end. I want to say my goodbyes. I hope you guys have an awesome, awesome week. Let's get it in the morning, baby. Peace. Everybody, thank you, everybody. You guys are awesome, man. You guys are awesome. That was a great show. And we're going to be doing Costco earnings too, by the way. So I hope everybody's here. I believe that's Thursday. And the aftermarket hours will be starting at 3. It's a party. It's a party. I might get a 6-pack. I don't know. Get real crazy. Now, Lonnie, congratulations, brother. I hope you can get with Dan Bob so we can get your address for that. B. Stewie, thank you so much for being here. Jimmy Bright, as always, you're amazing. Yosef, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for bringing those awesome tickers. I love you're always bringing the best tickers for us. GG, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for throwing the ticker out there. Predator, as always, thank you so much for being here with us. Mugda Muley, thank you so much. It's good to see you're obviously coming back, kicking ass, taking names. You're awesome, man. And I'm just seeing, can we suggest a stock for analysis? Of course you can. Of course you can, Muley. Anytime, brother. Let's see who else we got. I know Erica showed up in here today. Thank you so much. Zamora was here. Good to see you, ladies. Robert Tainch, you guys are awesome. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. We are so close to achieving that last and final straw on YouTube so I can start generating some ad revenue. Of course, it won't be much, but it's just the goals. I want to meet the goals, blah, blah, blah. I hope you guys have a good night. Peace.